1 over 2. Example 5. Without the use of table, calculate the following. A. 3 raised to power minus 4. B. In bracket 3 square root of 3 all raised to power 2 over 3. C. 8 raised to power 5 all over 4 raised to power 4 times 2 raised to power 7. Solution. A. We are given 3 raised to power minus 4, which is also equal to 1. According to the fifth law of our indices, anything having a negative power or raised to power is a inverse of that, or 1 over that number. So we now have 3 raised to power minus 4 is equals to 1 over 3 raised to power 4. So therefore 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 will give us 81. Therefore we now have 1 over 81 as our answer. Solution B. We are given that in bracket 3 square root of 3 raised to power 2 over 3. Therefore, which is the same thing as 3 raised to power 2 over 3 times, since there is square root of 3, therefore 3, according to the last law of indices, the nth root there is 1 over 2 in bracket times 2 over 3, which is also equal to 3 raised to power 2 over 3 times 1 over 3, since the power inside the bracket will now cancel the power outside the bracket to give us 1 over 3. Since according to the first law of indices, we have that multiplication implies addition, means addition, while division means subtraction. Therefore 2 over 3 plus 1 over 3 will give us 3 raised to power 1, because 3 is the LCM of 2 over 3 plus 1 over 3. So if you have their LCM as 3, therefore 2 plus 1 is 3. So 3 over 3 will give us 1. Therefore the answer to the question is 3. Solution C. The last question asked us to find 8 raised to power 5 all over 4 raised to power 4 times 2 raised to power 7. We know that to get 8, it is the same thing as having 2 times 2 times 2. That is 2 raised to power 3. Therefore, substituting 8 with 2 raised to power 3 in brackets raised to power the 5 it was already having, all over 4 is 2 times 2. Therefore, substituting the 4 with 2 raised to power 2, all in bracket times 4, that it is already given in the question, times 2 raised to power 7 according to the question. Therefore, we have the numerator to be, since our seventh law states that anything in bracket n times in bracket is a multiplication. Bracket means multiplication. Therefore 3 times 5 will give us 15. Therefore we have the numerator to be 2 raised to power 15 divided by Since the denominator we are also having a bracket sign, having 2 and 4 outside the bracket, we now have 8 squared times 7 raised to power 7. Therefore, if we multiplication according to the first law of indices, multiplication implies addition, while division implies subtraction. So for the denominator, we're already having multiplication. Therefore, 22 raised to power 15 over 2 raised to power 8 plus 7 still give us 15. Therefore, 2 raised to power 15 divided by 2 raised to power 15 will all give us 1. Example 6. Calculate the value of x and y if 64 raised to power s over 256 raised to power s plus 4y is equals to 16 and s plus 8y is equals to 0. Solution. We are given in the question 64 raised to power s all over 256 raised to power x plus 4y is equals to 16. 4 raised to power 3, that is 4 times 4 times 4 will give us 64. Therefore, 4 raised to power 3x divided by 4 raised to power 4, that is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 will give us 256. Therefore, 4 raised to power 4 in bracket x plus 4y is equals to 4 times 4 is 16. Therefore, 4 squared is equals to 16. According to the first rule of indices, second rule of indices, division means subtraction. Therefore, since they all have the same base of 4, therefore the 4 we now have 4 raised to power 3s. The 4 on the numerator will now be all negative. It will be times by negative sign to give us minus 4x minus 16y. Since 4 is multiplied, if we open the bracket, 4 will now times x to give us minus 4, and 4 will now times 4y to give us 16y, to give, which is equal to 4 raised to power 2. Therefore, since there is 4, they have the same base on the both sides, at both sides. Therefore, they will now cancel out. 4 will be cancelled out. We will now be left with 3x minus 4x minus 16y equals to 2. After our subtraction of 3x minus 4y, we now be left with minus x minus 16y, which is equals to 2. This will be our equation 1. But from the equation, we are also given that s plus 8y is equals to 0. So that will be our equation 2. If we add equation 1 and 2, we'll be left with minus 8y is equals to 2. Making y the subject of the formula, we have our y to be equals to minus 2 over 8. 2 we cancel 8 to give us 1. 2 we cancel 8 to give us 4, y2 we cancel